Hey guys, Fishin N Stuff. Today, we're making 7 PVC projects that are really cool, really useful, and really affordable. So stick around. Today, we're making my 7 favorite PVC projects. I don't use PVC all the time, but it's very affordable. Anybody can do it with minimal tools, and it's easy. So let's get on with it. Okay, as you can see here, we got a bunch of PVC. I went and bought PVC project number 1. You may or may not know what this is. This is a Chum Basket. What you do is you take these clips loose and the top comes off and you fill it full of chum. Like chicken livers, beef livers, you can put dog food in it. You can go to a deer processor and get the deer liver or heart or whatever, but you can make chum out of it, put it in this basket and drop it out to attract catfish. I hook a 25-foot rope to it with a buoy on the end. That way I know where my chum basket's at and I can get it back after I'm through fishing. A lot of times when I go night fishing, I'll throw this chum basket out, then I'll go catch my bait, let it set and work for 20 or 30 minutes and come back and fish at it. And if I am night fishing, a lot of times I'll put this red buoy on it because it's harder to see at night. If you're not looking for it, you're probably not going to notice it. Well, you can also make these out of PVC. You see the price of this thing? I've got a couple of these. They're $20, $25 a piece. You can make 3 or 4 of these for what one of those costs. But just start with a 2-inch piece of PVC, cut it 12 to 16 inches, and then we'll take it over to the drill press. Now this top joint is threaded. And the reason it's threaded, because it has a threaded cap that goes in it. Well, this cap, I'm going to drill a hole in the top of it so we can attach our rope to it. After you get through drilling your holes out in it and you glue your top on, you can stick some lead sinkers in this bottom so it'll sink faster. PVC won't float unless it has air in it. But with these holes, it's going to sink. But it'll sink faster if you put a little bit of weight in it. My chum basket has a solid steel bottom and it's pretty heavy. So gluing a little bit of lead in the bottom is not a bad idea. But you don't have to. You can just throw a rock in there. So now we're done with it. We glued the bottom on, put you some weight in the bottom, glued the top on, it's threaded, and we have our cap. We drilled a hole in it, ran some paracord through it, and tied a knot in it. Now we can click our rope on to the paracord when we throw it out. Basically, it looks like that when you're done. PVC project number 2. I was talking to somebody the other day in the comment section, and I was telling them I like to use a folding fillet knife. If you don't know what a folding fillet knife is, it's just a fillet knife that folds shut. You can cut your bait with it. When you're done using it, you just shut it. That way, when you stick it in a storage compartment in your boat, you don't lose a finger when you reach in to grab it. Well, this next PVC project works that way. And all it is an 1.5 inch piece of PVC. You cut it to the length of your knife and you get 2 end caps. You glue one side on. That way you can never open the wrong end. But all you gotta do is take the cap off and your knife will slide right out without cutting your fingers off. PVC project number 3. You see this dang mess over here? I always got a mess over here. You probably see it on all my videos. I park my boat in here, and a lot of times when I get back, I put my fishing rods over here, and it's always a mess. Well, the next PVC project will help you straighten this mess up. On this project, you'll need as many tees as you have rods you're wanting to store. You'll need 4 end caps, and you'll need some 1 1/4 inch PVC. This is not schedule 40. This is some really thin, wild PVC. It doesn't have to be strong. We're just making a rod rack. Look at how much nicer that looks. I should have did this a long time ago. There's only one thing that could make this look any better. Boom, what'd I tell you? Oh yeah, that's a game changer right there. PVC project number 4. On this next PVC project, you'll need a pool noodle, you'll need a couple of end caps, a piece of 3/4 inch PVC. I got a stake that I buy from Lowe's, and it's usually back there where the rebar is, and they're only like $2 or $3. This stake is like 3/4 inch as well, so it fits inside of the 3/4 inch PVC perfect. You'll also need a pack of small eye bolts, as small as you can get them. And this is to tie your fishing line to. And some silicone goop. This is a marine grade silicone. We'll use it to stop any leaks. What you want to do on this project is you cut the PVC to 19 inches. Then you want to cut your pool noodle to 9 inches. You put one cap on the end, and then the other cap, you want to drill a hole in the middle for your eye bolt to fit in. After you install the eye bolt, put some silicone on the nut to stop it from leaking, because you don't want any water getting in it. PVC alone is not buoyant. You want air in this. The air inside the PVC plus the pool noodle is what makes it float. After you get the eye bolt installed in your cap, you put some silicone in it, and I like to cut a piece of the stake off about 3 inches long, and that'll slide inside the tube before we install it. But when you're done, this is what you'll have. You'll have your eye bolt, you tie your fishing line to. You come up, you got your noodle, which makes it float, and a cap on this end. On the inside, you got a piece of steel. Put your steel on the noodle end and you lay it in the water and it'll float like that. When a catfish hits it, it'll slide down and it'll make this thing stand up like this in the water, and you'll know that you've got a fish on. People call them noodles. It's just jug fishing. I don't jug fish, but I use these for locating fish. If I'm at a new lake where I've never fished before, you can set some of these around and you can find out where catfish are. so you'll know where to fish the next time you go. PVC project number 5. Okay, on this next project, all you need is a 1 1/4 inch piece of PVC. You need it at least 15 inches long. And I got a piece of aluminum angle. I just picked this up at Lowe's. It's 3/4 by 3/4. And I got a couple of stainless steel bolts. One of them's 1 inch and the other one looks like it's about 2.5 inches. All we're gonna do, the piece of PVC, I'm cutting mine 14.5 inches long. I'm drilling 2 holes. I'm drilling one near the bottom for the short bolt, and I'm drilling one up at the top. The one at the bottom will only go through one side of the PVC. The one at the top will go through both sides of the PVC. On the top of the PVC tube, I'm gonna heat it up with a heat gun, and then I'm gonna use you can use something like a wine bottle, but if you push it down on it while it's soft and pliable, it'll flare the end. Then we'll cut off our aluminum, cut it off at an angle so it'll stick in the ground easy. We'll drill our holes in the aluminum and we bolt it up. Okay, we got our ends flared a little bit. We got our bolts in. That one bolt goes all the way through, and it's for a gimbal butt rod holder. Kind of like that. Well, that top bolt going all the way through will make this thing lock into it so it don't flip around. I brought it outside and stuck it in the ground, and so you can see how it looks. But you see how it locks in? And your rod don't move. That's pretty cool, running that bolt through. PVC project number 6. This next project is one of my favorites as well. This is a 2-inch piece of PVC. You can use a 1.5 inch as well. But the bigger the PVC is, the shorter it's gonna be. And it's an underwater fishing light, and I do have a video on it already. On this one, all we wanna do is put some end caps on it. We drill a hole to run our wires inside. Then we wrap some LED lights, preferably a 16-foot roll. After you wrap the lights, silicone both ends to keep water out. On your bottom end, add a little bit of weight. You can put some bolts in there, you can stick some lead in there, it doesn't matter. But if you don't add the weight, it won't float the way it's supposed to, which is straight up and down. I've had a bunch of these lights. I've bought 2 or 3 of them off Amazon. Maybe it's in my head, but the one I've had the most luck with is the one I made on the video. For some reason, I've never attracted as much bait as I do when I use that light. And the one I've made the most, my favorite, PVC project number 7. All right, the number 1 PVC project I like to do is a nav light. And I've got 2 other videos. One of them's just a basic nav light where you take a 1/2 inch PVC like this one. You get yourself a brake light. You run 2 wires through your tube, solder them into your light. Of course, I painted the pole black. And then you got yourself a nav light for a kayak or for a boat. And it's probably my favorite PVC project. I have another one where I add a switch to it and I add a LED strip. And some people may have seen it, but if you hadn't, go back and watch it because it's pretty cool. And these you can use for a boat. You can use them for a kayak. I mean, it's up to you Me personally, I've used them for both. There they are. I hope you like them. 7 PVC projects that's affordable and easy to make. If this is your first time on my channel and you like DIYs, then go over to my channel page and check it out, because I got a long list of DIYs. And if you do like it, click subscribe and click the bell. That way YouTube will notify you when I do post videos and you can watch them. I'll see you on the next build, guys. Look at that mess over there. Looks like I'm gonna have to build a couple more of these.